Vigil, Ante, and the Vigilante Antics by BelleAmant. Read by Oakshadow 5. Chapter 36. Comments and Conclusions. Izuku can't help but laugh when he realizes that he, once again, is in the first match of the round. Just like on the streets, Izuku thinks, memories of jumping into fights before Hitoshi flashing through his head. He shakes his head slightly, forcing himself out of his thoughts in time to Yamada's introductions. The boy who keeps crushing the competition without a second of hesitation, Izuku Midoriya of the Hero Course! Cheers followed the words as Izuku walks up the steps. And against him, we have the boy who can handle any sticky situations, Hunter Sero of the Hero Course! Sero beams at the words, raising his arms up to show off his elbows. You two know the rules, so let's get right into it, Kayama shouts, then slashes her whip through the air in a downward motion. Start! In the blink of an eye, Izuku lunges to the side as Sero shoots out tape, a large amount of the substance dropping on the floor where he once stood. Shit, you're quick, Sero says with a laugh, and Izuku laughs with him even as he jumps over another attempt of apprehension. Thanks, it's all in the legs, Izuku responds. But there's more I can do with legs like these. Yeah? Sero asks, eyebrows pinching. Like what? Slamming his feet on the ground, Izuku activates the mechanisms in his shoes. Instantly, he blasts forward onto Sero, knocking him down and sending the boy tumbling. This? Sero pulls himself up to his feet in time to dodge Izuku's next punch, but he's not fast enough to miss the kick that manages to make a direct hit to the ribs. He stumbles back, tape shooting out in an attempt to ward Izuku off. It works, the grenade jumping out of the way and letting distance grow between them once more. Izuku shifts on his feet as Sero gasps for breath, lowering his center of gravity as he keeps an eye on the boy. Sero looks at him, incredulous as he asks, What the fuck is your training regime? Oh, you know, Izuku says casually. Just working out since I was 4 years old. You're kidding, Sero says. Izuku smiles. Shit. Izuku jumps across the arena, activating his shoots once more. Sero yelps and throws himself to the side, landing roughly on the ground. Izuku laughs, and Sero retaliates by sending more tape his way. Izuku weaves around it, dodging it effortlessly. It's just like Ezo's capture gear, Izuku thinks, his smile growing. I wonder if it's as easy to destroy. No, it's probably easier, since it's not created with metal. It's just a really strong tape. With my knife, I should be able to cut right through it. This realization is the reason that Izuku doesn't let his smile drop when Sero finally manages to land a hit on him, tape catching to his arm. However, he does let his eyebrows narrow as he mutters. Huh, that wasn't supposed to happen. The comment is enough to make Sero feel cocky, and the boy smirks as he says, Good fight, but I've got you now. Izuku laughs as he pulls a tool out of his belt. Don't you know better than to say that phrase? Izuku asks. That's the fastest way to not get someone. To prove his point, Izuku whips the knife up, the blade cutting the tape in an instant. Without waiting for a reaction, Izuku grabs the tape with his gloved hands and pulls it taut, then swings around with enough force to tug Sero off of his feet, throwing him out of bounds. Sero is out of bounds? Midoriya is the winner? Kayama announces, and Izuku walks over to Sero's fallen form. That was a good match, Izuku says, and Sero smiles as he stands back up. Thanks, you were tough, Sero admits as they start to walk off of the field together. I have to admit, I'm kind of jealous that you can beat me without a quirk. Izuku doesn't know whether to wince or feel flattered, so he chuckles nervously. Thank you? Sero's eyebrows shoot up, and he holds up his hands in a placating gesture. That's a compliment, I swear. Like, look at you go, man. You don't even need a quirk to beat our asses. Pausing, Sero's trademark smile slips into an oddly pensive frown. Actually, maybe that's why you're quirkless. I'm sorry, what? Sero snaps his fingers, grin returning. That's got to be it. The universe must have known that it would be too powerful with a quirk, and they couldn't risk world domination. Izuku laughs, and pride flickers in his chest at Sero's words. Is that so? Definitely. Like, what even are your parents' quirks? Wincing, Izuku races through his memory to try remembering. I'm pretty sure my mom had a minor telekinesis quirk. Well, might dad breathe fire? You don't know for sure? Sero asks, and Izuku flinches. I haven't seen them since I was 4, Izuku admits, and Sero's expression immediately shifts to one of remorse. Oh shit, I'm so sorry, dude. It's fine, you didn't know. Still, I shouldn't have kept prying. It's fine, really, Izuku stresses. It's not like I won't see my mom soon anyways. Sero doesn't seem to believe Izuku, but he stops apologizing by the time they get back to 1A's seating area. Izuku slips into the spot next to Itoshi, the insomniac glancing up with a smirk already on his face. I could hear Aizawa's internal screaming from here, Itoshi mutters. When you pulled that final stunt. Had to do it for the nostalgia, Izuku says lightly, and Itoshi chuckles. Figured. So, who do you think is winning this round? It's Todoroki vs Tokoyami. Todoroki? He's proven right less than a minute later, and then Hitoshi is off for his match against Ashido. Izuku almost feels bad for the girl. Almost. Ochako is disappointed. Of course she is. She lost in the first round of the tournament. And sure, she did manage to get through the first 2 rounds, but it still hurts. It still hurts because she only got into the 3rd round because another student was too scared to advance. It still hurts because she lost to Bakugo, who is rough and vicious and seems downright cruel at times. It still hurts because Ochako gave her all, gave everything she had and then more. And Bakugo stomped right through it, guns blazing and still able to land a final blow that knocked her out. So maybe her parents aren't disappointed. She still is. And that's all there really is to it. She wasn't enough. She was never enough. She's so far behind. And the worst part? The worst part is that Ochako could have been better. She could have trained more, could have worked harder to reduce her nausea, to be able to support my weight, to at least be a little stronger muscle-wise. There are so many things, so many changes Ochako could have made in the past that would have led to a better outcome. And she knows this because of Midoriya. Because Midoriya has no quirk to rely on, and yet he managed to get into the 3rd round without needing someone else to drop out. Because Midoriya was able to place first in the obstacle course and the cavalry battle. Because Midoriya was able to win his fight in the 1st round, and then did the same in the 2nd round. Because Midoriya is advancing to the semi-finals, and has a good chance of continuing onto the final round of the tournament. Well, Ochako lost in the 1st round. And if Midoriya can do all of this without a quirk, then Ochako really has no excuse for why she's doing so poorly. She can't claim that she would have won if her quirk was better, because Midoriya did even more than her without any quirk. She can't claim that the matchup was unfair, that a girl with gravity on her side is automatically at a disadvantage when against an explosive boy, because she saw how Midoriya took down Bakugo on their 2nd day of school in 2 minutes flat. She can't claim that it was fate that caused the loss, because she's seen how Midoriya defies the rules of society by rising up without a power to rely on. So, yeah, Ochako is really, really disappointed. And she remains this way as she sits in the booth, watching Todoroki take down Tokoyami with a massive glacier of ice. And she remains this way as Shinzo and Ashido enter the arena, only for Ashido to trip and fall over the boundary line right away. And she remains this way as Bakugo tears down Kirishima's defenses piece by piece until the redhead collapses at last, unconscious. And she remains this way as the battles for the 3rd round are announced, and Midoriya stands up to head to the waiting room, leaving to prepare for his fight against Todoroki. And in the back of Ochako's mind, she wonders if she'll ever be able to compare to someone like Midoriya, someone who can outthink, outmaneuver, outlast people with extraordinary powers when they themselves have none to use. Ochako thinks that the answer is a firm no. No, she will never compare to Izuku Midoriya. For some reason, the realization stings worse than a loss, and Ochako has never felt so worthless. Oh no, Ochako, don't beat yourself up. Oh no. It's so possible that Izuku and Hitoshi will face each other in the final round. It's gonna be so interesting. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed chapter 36 of Vigil, Ante and the Vigilante Antics, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!